Okay, now we're going downwind and we're just trying to look at the waves. Now in front of us we have a possible wave to attack right there. Now I don't have the opportunity to pump here, but you'll see. The heel of the boat determines which way I'm going. Now I'm just standing on my feet, sideways, and I'm rolling the boat to catch the wave. I'm not doing any pumping. I'm really adjusting the main sheet maybe 20 centimeters. So when I go for the windward heel, then I release my main sheet a little bit, just to let the top of the sail fill completely, and I'm going a little bit wider on the angle. And when I'm coming up, I'm pulling the sheet again. The main importance here is to have consistent heel. Now I chose to bear away, then I have the windward heel, and I follow through. Now I gave it a little jab. How you do it is you put a little bit of pressure on the left foot, since I'm sailing a port. And this is really helpful if you feel like you're almost there, but you're not quite there. Like you're almost falling off the wave. Maybe you need something, a little bit of a push. Then I like this jab step because you're just giving the boat a little punch. And it's more of a roll than really a punch. You're just giving the boat what it wants. So right there I gave it a little jab step. And suddenly I'm surfing really well. So the movement of the feet goes really back and forth like that. And that's to adjust for the wave positioning. So now I'm coming forward, and that's to catch the wave as easily as possible. I'm coming up a little bit, a jab step, and up again. And suddenly we're up surfing. We're not pumping at all, we're just steering in the waves and giving jab steps. So we're rolling the boat a little bit, bearing away, surfing. So this is especially a good technique when there's no free pumping. The only thing you have to be careful about is rocking. But if you're consistent with steering, then it's all fine. So here I'm giving a windward heel for bearing away. A small jab step, because I want to continue on the going by the lee. So if I feel like I'm losing pressure, but I want to just give a little jab step to get a continuous leeward attack. So here I'm bearing away, but suddenly I feel like, oh, it's not working anymore. Then I give a small jab step, come up, and then down again. And there we do it again. And again. And sometimes you don't need it. Like here you can just wait the wave out, because you're in a really nice position. And now it's critical. Now I have to jab step. So I'm rolling the boat, attacking. Now it's still very critical, and I kind of lost the wave. Now I have to wait a little bit. The most important thing when you're waiting is that you're really not. You're trying to find the next wave. Now we're in a good position. And I'm coming forward, giving some small jab step. And this is a really nice wave. So I'm coming a little bit back because I'm close to attack, hitting the front wave. And now we're over it and we're coming forward. And then I'm moving back and forth. So there I was a little bit on the heels, on my heels. I should have been farther forward. Now the problem with this kind of sailing is that you're a little bit vulnerable to really big gusts. But really you can handle them. At the same time, I would say if it's dropping a lot, then it's a little bit harder and maybe you have to switch your technique. So now I'm just holding the main sheet and the rudder in the same hand. And this gives you an indication of how I will sail, because the sheeting follows the steering. And now I'm really forced to follow my own advice, because now I don't have a second hand to do the work. Just remember, the heel of the boat determines the direction you're sailing. And if you're in a bit of a bad spot, maybe you can work through it, like right there. I kind of worked through it. I didn't change direction much, but this is already a rocking penalty. You can do this in stronger winds, but if you're not really rocking the boat, you're just heeling the boat. Like if you're going one direction and then steering, it's fine. If you're going one direction and then straight back and then up again, then it's wrong. So if you're going, okay, I have windward heel, leeward heel, now I have to steer and then I can come back. So this is fine. The problem is oh, now I'm almost there, back, forth and up again. That's really rocking, but it will rarely be called. What you have to do is steer with the small rock. So the Europe is really nice for to use the boat as a squeeze. Like you're squeezing the boat and you get a big roll. Other boats which are flatter will have problems doing stuff like this. Okay, now I'm rolling the boat and I had a chance, but I failed. But really I have even another chance. There, we got it. So sometimes, even if you miss the first wave, maybe you can look a little bit to the side and then it's still there. You just have to find a longer path. And if your speed is dropping, don't hesitate to sail at a steeper angle, like sharper angle. Okay, now I'm slowing down. Let's go really hard by the lee. And I'm accelerating immediately. The only thing I did was to steer with the wave and putting my feet pressure towards the leeward side. And then I can come up whenever I feel like I can survive. So if you want to go, if there's a big gust, sometimes going by leeward is really the best way to go. And then you can go leeward, 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 go up a little bit and jab step and come right back. So this is really helpful because then you're going 2 meters back towards the harder side. So in these conditions, the waves are coming from the left behind me. So really straight downwind is more across the waves. So the harder direction to sail is usually when you're crossing the waves. So therefore, every time you go really sharp, you should try to go towards the higher side. Like this way is really far. To leeward, I will have to go almost reaching on starboard to make it. Jab and roll. Patience is really the key here. When you're adding in some sheet pumping, you have to be really careful. Only at certain places when it's straightforward, like one little push will get you over the top, but it's not what gets you surfing. The surfing really comes from the steering and the jabbing. Steer and a small jab. What happens in the sail when I jab is you give a small negative pump, and that's a jab. So you're really pumping, but it's a negative pump, so the mast is your leech. So it's really not a, it's you're inverting your pumping motion. You can try it, but it's not illegal. The only thing you have to be careful about is that you're steering. So if you're pushing with the body and you get consecutive pumps of the leech, then it's actually illegal.